Hi everyone and welcome to today's video podcast. My name is Lada Khazanov. I'm co-owner of Talents Boutique Recruiting Agency and we help to connect top talents with fast-growing e-commerce businesses. And today I'm excited to talk with Kitty and Lada, creative director, branded packaging expert, speaker, international speaker, mentor, and founder of Me Brand. And today we are going to discuss a topic about graphic design, trends of graphic designer in 2025, and how AI technologies are influencing in this field. Kitty, hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm happy to see you again.
Hi, Lada. It's so good to see you again. But I'm really excited to be here today.
Thank you. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, about your journey to graphic designer industry, and how you came to Amazon to e-commerce niche also?
Yeah, so graphic design, I've always loved design, even as a little girl. I mean, when I started, I was 15. I went to a packaging factory for a summer job and I loved it. So I was packing for makeup brand, actually, Clinique, Estee Lauder, Aramis. I was doing a lot of the makeup brands and then packing them into the boxes and everything. So it was really exciting to see the process from the beginning and then it onto the shop floor. So it was really nice to sort of start that way, an introduction to packaging. And then I went into university to study graphic design. And I absolutely loved it because that's what I really wanted to do and make the world a better place with design. And I did that for 3 years at university and then worked in London because that's where all the design jobs were. And I worked with an agency. Then I joined with a retail fashion brand called Ted Baker. So I worked my way up to a graphic design manager, head of graphics. So I was managing designers, well, about 8 designers actually. So I was employing them and we were working on marketing campaigns. So it was the packaging, the branding, opening stores globally around the world. So I was understanding different markets with the brand and everything with communication wise, the flyers, the point of sale in store and communicating with the customers online. So we were doing early emailers. And obviously back then, I left in 2008, actually. So it was going back then. This is before social media. So, LinkedIn was just coming about. YouTube was just at the early stages. So there was no Instagram back then as well. So it was just trying to get the brand voice out there. And then I worked with another company called Kafkistan after that. And lots of other brands as well. And again, working in-house for a particular brand. And, I got to work on the packaging again, rebranded everything and I was the brand guardian for that and the designer there. And I was working with Apple a lot as well with the Kafkistan brand. So I would go into Apple, have meetings with them, and they're very strict with their packaging design requirements. So it was really quite an introduction into seeing how other companies work as well. And obviously the introduction to the Amazon world, I lost the love for design actually. And so I decided, well, actually my brother-in-law told me, oh, there's this FBA Amazon course, you might like this. And I said, well, I'm interested. I want to learn something new. And I went to this weekend course and I loved it. My hand was up the whole weekend. I lost my voice by day 3 because I asked so many questions because I thought, I know this. I know how to source. I know how to negotiate with suppliers. I know how to design. I can launch a product as well and market it. And so that's where my passion for helping Amazon designers do that. So I launched within 3 months of doing this course. I launched in US and the UK market with an organic baby product brand. And I joined their 1-year mentorship, and 6 months in, they made me the mentor as well. So there was 5 other mentors, and we did roundtables. So I do one-to-ones with the attendees as well. So it was really great for me to sort of give my knowledge back because I knew so much about packaging and branding. And they said, Kitty, you need to be a mentor. You need to teach us more. And that's how it really started with that Amazon. So I am a seller, so I understand the challenges and the struggles and everything else about FBA, the optimization, the PPC. I understand that, and it's not an easy thing to sort of set up your own company. But that's where I can share my knowledge and help other people to get great branding and design, because I know a lot of sellers go down a path where it's not working and they need help. So that's where I am today. I set up Me Brand to help other Amazon sellers, but as well as normal other commercial retail businesses as well.
Oh, your story is so emotional. So I feel it's like from this side of my laptop, it's I feel like it's for you not only about business or about money. It's like part of your life, part of you. Design and branding and helping to other people. I'm right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm very passionate about it. And like I said, I gave you a really short version of my story because it goes on. But for me, like I said, I lost the love for design in 2016. I was made redundant from my position because I had my little boy. And then I thought I want to do something new. And I thought I'll go onto this Amazon journey. And that's where I came back with the love. And the reason why is because when I doing 15, 16 years of the same thing, working autumn, winter, spring, summer for a retail brands, I kind of like, I'm bored of that. I need something new. And what I wasn't getting was learning and development, and the learning. And, any Amazon seller watching now, it's constant. You're learning and things change on Amazon, and then there's something else, another new requirement. And that's what I love is about learning about new things. With my job, I'm constantly evolving, using AI where I need to use it. I mean, I'm still designing myself, but you have to keep up with the technologies as well. So there's lots of things I've evolved from back then. I know how to design just using overlays. I mean, back in college, we were still using overlays, and you hand draw everything. And then, internet came along, and so I've evolved through time, and I've seen a lot of development and things happening in design, and you have to keep up with it if you're in this industry.
From your perspective, how has the field of graphic design for e-commerce changed over the past few years? Maybe you can give us a couple of examples for this.
Yeah, so depending which decade, but in the last few years, I mean, I've seen a lot of change actually, and not just in the design world, but I've been on a lot of conferences and events, and I know, say about 3-4 years ago, everyone was talking about actually they were talking about using TikTok and YouTube, and then Google, and how to sort of improve your business in that way. And then it changed to TikTok, and there was one trend that everyone's talking about TikTok, and they still are talking about TikTok. And then there was a trend about AI, and they're using a lot of AI in your business as well. And when it comes to design, I think a lot of designers don't want to use AI. A lot of designers thinking, no, I'm going to lose my job. We might lose our jobs, but I don't think that's the case, and I think this is an evolving thing with AI. I use AI to a certain extent, helping me with certain management tools and things. But when it comes to design, I still use the human touch. I still believe in that. You can prompt an AI to do something and generate a visual or something, that's absolutely fine. But when it comes to the actual ideas and thinking, it has to be quite original. And I think the involvement with, that, I think there's a lot of fear with a lot of designers at the moment. And I think there are a whole new lot of designers going to use AI to design. But I think you still have to have that creativity inside and that passion, and understand the design process and the concepts and how to produce that. Anyone can design, anyone can use an app and do that. But you still have to have that eye for detail and that that passion inside, and I can't explain it, because obviously I've always done it, and I know what good design is and what bad design is, and I can tell when I see someone's CV or their portfolio. It's like, I can tell whether they're a good designer or not, but and it's also down to the personality, so yeah, so there has been a lot of change in the design world, and it is keeping up with different apps and stuff. And I know a lot of people design in teams using Figma, which is another design tool where everyone can collaborate, mood boards and design on that. I mean, I don't generally use that because I design by myself, and I outsource to other designers when I need to. And I don't use Figma at the moment, but it's one of the things, again, I might need to learn another new tool. I use Canva, on small things, generally for social media, because it's quite easy. So I can sort of tell my VA to help me to just set this up and put that into the Canva. So there are tools that you need to learn. And I know a lot of designers I've worked with in the past, it's like, oh, well, no, I'm not using that. I'm not using that, and they're just trying to avoid certain tools, but those tools will aid you. So, as a designer, you need to be quite open to what's coming next.
You almost answered to my next question about AI, because I heard some people said that AI can replace in the future, replace human and designers, and designers no need in the future. So because this, I want to ask you, what do you think and how we can combine AI technologies and designers in this industry, and how you see this process?
Yeah, so like you said, combine. The word is combine it with your work. If you're a designer, you can use elements of it, and you don't necessarily have to. If you think you can just do pure design and not have to use AI, that's absolutely fine. And I think AI use is good when you want to create visuals. So if you design some concept of some packaging somewhere and you think, oh, actually, I want to see that on a box or a bottle, and then you can translate that onto using AI perhaps. There are other tools that you can use. There are other tools that you can use as well. So using AI, I think it's a very good helping point, and it can help you create some ideas. It's not the human touch still, because it might come up with generic ideas that AI has learned from other people. But and it depends on what industry you're in as well. I know a web designer. He's currently using AI for quite a lot of things. And, this can assist you maybe creating videos as well. If you want to create a video using certain AI tools that can just generate instructions or sort of different videos using your product, you can use that. But I think for designers, there is a fear for a lot of people out there at the moment, think, oh, we're going to get replaced. But I don't think that's the case. I still think and believe that the human touch needs to be there. And as any brand owner, if they are just thinking, I don't need a designer, I'm going to use AI to do everything. Well, do you have that concept, that creative head inside you? And do you know what you're looking for when that AI produces that design for you? Do you actually know if it's great or not? Or, what might be wrong with it? Because you won't see certain details that a designer would see. So so I think, use AI to a certain extent. And I think for brand owners, use it, and again, still have professional help when you can.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you. And I want to add from my side, from side of recruiter, because we hiring a lot of designers for e-commerce brands. And I see that these niches change every time, and you have to stay updated for every change in AI and other programs. And it's impossible to be entrepreneur, to manage business, and to check, to fix, to know everything. It's impossible, because it's very niche, very competitive, and you need to know everything, and every day you need to find
keep updated with all the new tools and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you do have to sort of.
Yeah, it's impossible to manage business and to be SMM and to be graphic designer if we're talking about serious, a big brand, and creative big business and serious business. So you need somebody who can be professional, who have vision, who has vision, who has experience, who can set tasks, like for assistants, for AI, who like speak on the same language with AI program. Because it's I just tried to, sometimes I just try to by myself to create something, and it's difficult. I need a lot of time, because I don't understand, I don't know how to say it correctly for program for AI.
That's right. You have to keep prompting. So they'll do something
Prompts.
and
Yes.
yeah, you have to prompt it. And then, you might have an exact prompt that you want, and then they design something and then the font's wrong or I mean, I've tried it and sometimes the text is like, that's not the title. They've changed it and then something else happens. And it's like, so I have tried using AI to a certain extent. I've used it for other things and it's like, oh, that works. Some visuals work fine, but often when you prompt certain things, the title is not the same. And it's like, oh no, that's not the right font. And you can't change it physically. Like if I use a Illustrator to create things at vector graphics, I can put it in layers, I can just change the font and the text and stuff. But you can't do that if the AI has generated that image. That's it. It's kind of flat. It's like a PNG or a JPEG or whatever it will create for you. It's flat. It's a flat file. Whereas when I create in design, you can just change that font. Oh no, I don't think that's right. I want to change the title. I can change it. So there's that human touch again. I can create things. It's like if a brand owner said, actually, can you make that bigger? Can you make that text bigger? I can do that myself. Whereas you're going to tell AI, can you just make that text bigger? Then it might change something else, and it sometimes changes the background or the color. And it's like, well, I didn't ask for that. So for me, it's frustrating. For anyone else, maybe, you might be okay if it's quite a basic prompt. But again, I can only use it in small doses. So, for me, I know what I'm looking for. So if it can't, it's for me, I think it's quicker to just do it myself. Just make that font bigger. Whereas the prompting will take time, and then I get frustrated, and that's what for me, I get frustrated. It's like, no, that's not what I want. So so it's like managing. It's like managing a team member, and that would frustrate me if a team member doesn't do what I tell it to do. It's like, I want results now. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It's really like a team member, and you need to set tasks and to check and to correct and give feedbacks every time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, the same. What major trends do you see shaping graphic design in 2025?
So trends keep changing, and I think for any brand owner, you don't need to follow trends too much. But obviously, I see the design trends as opposed to like the packaging trend. Well, there are packaging trends as well. So obviously, it's been trending for a very long time for sustainability. So being sustainable, being eco-friendly, and using new materials, I think there's a trend on that, and I think customers want to see more of that. And I know a lot of brand owners are doing that. Actually, I've worked with a lot of clients. Actually, they do think about the environment. They think about their customers, because that's what they want. They want less packaging, or they want eco-friendly packaging, or that a brand owner is doing something towards the environment. So if their packaging isn't that environmentally friendly, you might be donating 1% of your profits to the planet. So, 1% for the planet or something. So you might be giving back in a different way. You might be saving on your carbon footprint, or doing everything virtually, online, remotely, or so there's lots of things you can do. I think when it comes to design wise, there are trends in fonts. There are a lot of retro style fonts at the moment that is going into a particular trend, not necessarily right for packaging. There are trends at the moment using a lot of gradient design, so like purples to blues, sort of, that's trending a lot. And I was using that like 2-3 years ago, actually, and it's like, oh, okay. So I see a lot of things that I do, and it's like, then it comes as a trend. I thought, well, okay, I was ahead of it, and the thing is, for me, I just do what I think works, and I don't necessarily follow trends as well. I keep up with what's trending, but it's like, it's not right for the projects that I need. So it's always good to see what's out there, and I think a lot of brand owners should look at things like Pinterest for ideas, like for fonts, for colors, for packaging. I think that's a really good point to see what's trending as well. And actually, I remember there's Pinterest trends, so you can actually go on there and type in on that particular search bar what's trending for packaging, say for example shampoo packaging, and you put that in, and it might come up with some ideas. Then Pinterest will suggest other ideas that might be related. Do you want to see a box or something else? And it's really good to see trends that way as well. Or it could be, and it would actually suggest the top 10 trends at the moment that aren't related to just packaging. It'd be anything, because Pinterest is a visual thing. Anyone that has uploaded images, any brands that have uploaded images, and the algorithms pick up those trends and think, oh, unicorns, that's really in, obviously it was in a very long time, quite about 5 years ago, but they will come up with that. These are the top trends happening at the moment, and you can search it by demographics. So whether you're in UK or US, you can search it by the timeline as well. When was, what was trending during this time, in this time period, and you can see the graphs that, the insights as well. There's lots of things you can do also via age. So, just like typing in maybe your customer avatar lives in US, he's like 30 to 50 years old, and he's interested in that. You can type in certain things and that will come up with some trends for you as well. So, you can keep up that way. And I think when it comes to design, it's really dependent on your product as well. So, yeah. That's why. That's what my suggestions are.
Okay, thank you. To be honest, I didn't think about Pinterest to look ideas there for brand. So it's thank you for this idea, for this advice. And my next question will be about your services. You, as I saw on your website, you offer a wide range of different services. So can you tell us more about what you offer? How can you help to clients?
So my main core services are packaging design. So I can help you from concept all the way through to the design and artworking, and helping you understand the process as well. And I understand management. So print management is my area as well, because I work with a lot of printers. So I understand substrates and what works with your product, and what you can save on your product, on the materials as well. So the packaging side of things, and then also the branding and graphic design side of things. So I do a lot of brand guidelines. I help brand owners define their branding if they're working with a new brand, or they're coming up with a new brand or product, and their guidelines as well. And I work with a lot of clients that have branding, don't know what they're doing with it. They want to grow it, but then they don't have brand guidelines. They don't have a mission. They don't even have a vision of what they want, or the personality or a tone to their actual brand. And it's really important when you're marketing your brand that you do need to have guidelines as well. So if you're growing your brand, you're going to grow a team. The team need to understand who your brand are, what your brand does, and what they need to do. And so it's really important, that side of things. So I create the branding side of things, so logo designs, brand guidelines, and helping you define who you are as well. So yeah, those are the main core things. But I do other things, like I can do photography and other things. I have a art direction and stuff. So, but that's not my main core of things. So there's a few services, but generally branding and packaging I just focus on.
Okay, thank you. And I want to ask you to share with us a challenging story project of your client and how you solved it.
Okay. Client. Well, everyone comes to me with a problem, actually, and I'm here to problem solve for you. That's my job. Yeah, to problem solve. And so one particular project, they had just one product. Actually, no, they had several products, but they decided they wanted to expand. But the brand name was only tailored for that one product she launched first. So my client launched one product, and the product branding was only related to this particular product. But she wanted to expand, and I said it doesn't work because
it was not like product line. It's not product line. It's like similar, different products. Like yes, she had.
Yeah, so she wanted to have. So I mean, the product was like a health product kind of thing. Like it helps you do something, right? So that name of the brand was only related to that product. But she wanted to expand into other things, which she had. Other things were like lunch boxes or tote bags and stuff. And she wanted to go that. And I thought, you've got a health product, but you want to sort of combine it with these things as a whole brand. I thought it doesn't work because you're using that brand name on these products now, and it just didn't work. So it's like, I'm not really sure. So I had to relook at it. She'd already, I think she'd registered a name actually, but I said, well, you need to change it. You do need to, I'm sorry, but you need to change it. So we shortened it. I shortened it to sound still similar, but it could go across both those two product categories. There's two different product categories. And I said, well, it might have to be that first product you launch is the hero product, but it's going to come under the umbrella of that new brand name I've created for you. So it could do that. And then the other products, the other category could come up with could work with the same umbrella sort of parent, let's call it parent brand name. So the other one could just be a hero product and it's called that. And I think that worked. So we kept the styling of she already had a logo. So we kept the styling of it very similar. I changed the colors because the colors wasn't working actually. It worked for that one product. It didn't work for everything else. And I think she just went with a favorite color. And it's like that doesn't work. It has to represent what your brand is. So I created a whole brand guidelines for her and what she needed to do. So I think that's the challenge, is when an Amazon brand owner has a brand name already and it's just suited for that one product, and now you want to expand it and grow it. Doesn't work. And a lot of people can't see that, and they carry on using that brand name across other products, and it just doesn't make sense. And then the colors don't work as well. So it's like, things jar and things don't, the communication is lost. And I think the consistency is not there. And I think that's where it confuses customers. It's just like, well, I thought they were selling a health product. Well, why is you all of a sudden you're selling lunch boxes or something, and it doesn't work. So you have to find something that can do that. And I would say come up with a parent brand company name or brand name for it. So that's the easiest option to do that, and then you can put that particular product underneath it as well. So yeah,
it's a really challenging story, and I understand you, because we have the same situation. I think every week we have new challenging vacancy and request from client, and I think, oh, how can we help and resolve this situation and find the best solution? So
yeah,
I understand this. Okay, what advice would you give to entrepreneurs who want to build a big brand in Amazon or in e-commerce in general?
What advice I would give to entrepreneurs that want to build a brand on Amazon? Well, I would say, I guess have a process in place, and don't rush things. My advice is not to rush things. If you're not on Amazon already, or if you are on Amazon and you want to grow the brand, look at what you currently have, because growing a brand, you have to have things in place. You need to have a team. You need to understand the brand itself. So if you don't have brand guidelines in place, make sure you get that first before you grow the team and grow your brand, because if you don't have that, your message is still going to be mixed. And I've seen a lot of brands, big brands, and they don't have the guidelines. I thought, oh, I've done so well for like a few years, and it's we're selling this much, but then you see the social media, you'll see their email newsletters, and you see things on it doesn't matter, the website, it doesn't match. Your Amazon brand page does not look anything like your website. It kind of looks a little bit, but someone else has designed a different website on Shopify, and it's like, there's no consistency. So I would say the biggest advice is being consistent and really start with the brand. Where does the brand start from? So the guidelines and what your brand stands for, what the brand is, and do you have that in place? And then you can grow the team, and they can understand what the brand is, and also help you spread that message as well. So yeah, that's my advice.
Thank you. And I want to add to your reply that if you, like entrepreneur, you don't understand this niche, this field, because, for example, I have clients who want to start Amazon business, and they don't understand nothing. And I always recommend to ask consultation, to take consultation. And it can be Amazon in launching products, design, or whatever we want. But it's the best way to take consultation or to take mentor who can help you during first steps. Even you, if you are going to build a big team, you are going to hire people, I recommend to have somebody to whom you can ask questions every time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you're growing a team and stuff, you have to have that in place. You need to consult with someone. And I've mentored people as well. So as you know, when I started with this FBA journey, I did mentor. So I worked with other brands as well outside the mentorship academy. So if you're an entrepreneur, and wanting to launch on Amazon, it was getting advice. So I would say definitely get mentorship and work with people that have the expertise in that area, because just going onto Amazon and then creating your product and launching it and having no idea of what you need to do, I think that's a big misstep. I think that you do need that expertise to guide you. And I think especially when you're trying to grow a team as well. So it's understanding what process you need, how do you expand the team, how do you grow it as well. You're not just the team, the brand and the products as well. So I think definitely, as you mentioned, Lada, that, you do need to have some sort of guidance as well, and consulting. So there's lots of firms out there that will help you and guide you in that way. And, they don't cost the earth, but, it's an investment. So I think for anyone that's thinking of as an entrepreneur, I'm going to go to Amazon, I'm going to do it myself. It's, you might fail quite quickly. You might succeed. And there are people that are actually quite good at it. But I think if you're starting out and you just really need some advice, I would go get that advice. Invest in it, because this is your business and you're taking it seriously. It's not just something you're doing on the side. I hope, but so definitely I would go and get some mentor help or consultations, definitely.
Yes. So for all our listeners, if you're interested in working with a top branding and design expert, feel free to reach out to Kitty Lay. You will find her contact details in description below this video. And if you need a consultation, or you're going to hire a designer or somebody else to your e-commerce brand, so feel free to write me, to message me, to book free consultation, and we will discuss all details about your needs. So thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Kitty, thanks for coming and shared with us this valuable information.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And it's like really refreshing talking about just pure design, and it's great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Bye.